In March 2025, a new film was announced, something that many fans had already been asking for. Bluey, the main character of the Australian animated series of the same name, famous all over the world, was finally coming as a LEGO character. And this wave consists of 5 sets, all dedicated to the younger fans. There are 3 Plus sets and 2 Duplo. For this first review, I'll start by analyzing the sets with minifigures, and later I will take on the 2 Duplo sets. First, the smallest, 11201 Playground Fun with Blue and Chloe. It contains 104 elements and a retail price of €20 or dollars, and comes with 2 minifigures, Bluey and Chloe. Bluey, for those who don't know, is an Australian cattle dog with blue fur, it can also be red, and as a minifigure she has medium-sized legs, which allows her to move with toe prints on her feet. Her torso has a lighter tone on her belly, as if she had less fur, and she has a printed tail on her back. Aesthetically, it will be more interesting to have an element with a tail, as seen in the collectible minifigures, but this will take away a lot of the playability of the characters to sit, lie down, and make other movements, and this is something important for children aged 4 and up. The head has a new mold that, as we will see later, I believe to be the same for all members of the family, with a hole on the top, like the hair of the LEGO Friends mini dolls. Chloe is obviously a Dalmatian dog, with the same characteristics as Bluey in terms of legs and torso, with several spots along the body. However, there is a different mold for the head, and I highlight the prints on the arm. Starting the building process, there is an excellent feature in these sets. They can be built by several people, family or friends, since each bag has its own instructions booklet, and each section can be independent of each other, although the idea is to put everything together at the end. Here we have a playground, something that is often portrayed in the series, with several different ones, this one being taken from the episode Seesaw. We have a tower with a slide with binoculars at the top floor with a ladder, a spinning pelican, although in the episode it had springs, a mini jungle gym, a picnic area with cakes and drinks, and a pink seesaw, just like in the series where we can place both characters. Still in the structure of the slide, I highlight the tic-tac-toe game, which is a shame it's not playable, but that will possibly involve too much complexity in terms of construction for a 4 Plus set. Below, I confess that I don't know who these 2 minifig heads are for. Could they be a reference to the episode in which Benny's father finds 2 pet rocks? I believe so. However, there is a nice reference to one of the episodes here, the Turtle Boy toy found by Bingo in one of the parks during the 3rd season. Oh, and just like in the series, in all these sets there is an Easter egg with a long dog. Can you find where it is? I'll reveal all of them at the end of this video. Moving on to the second set, 11202 Bluey's Beach and Family Card Trip. It has 143 elements and a price of €40 or dollars. It contains 3 figures, Bluey, the same as in the previous set, Bingo and her mother, Chili. This is the first one to be built, and unlike Bluey, she has normal sized legs. The feet are also printed and the torso has some spot circles on the back, as well as a drawn tail. The head is the same, but like the rest of the body, the color is orange. Bingo has the same color as her mother, but with medium-sized legs and different prints on the body. The building process is divided into 3 bags or books, with the first reserved for the car. A simple design because of the 4 Plus factor, but immediately recognizable with the one in the series. There is a printed tile with the headlights. It is very open space instead of having doors, although you can open the roof, but highlight the fact that it allows the 4 members of the family to sit inside it, the result of what seems to me to be a new element, at least I don't remember having seen it before. The back seems a little unfinished to me, but I liked seeing a round tile acting as a spare tire. The wheels, as usual in this theme, have a non-revolvable pin, and there are bars on the roof to carry the surfboards. The second bag has a small scene at the beach with some reference to the series. First, the episode where Bingo finds a stick that resembles a bird's head and builds one out of sand. Then, and I love this detail, there is a sand construction where you can put Bluey to imitate the episode where they covered the legs of this character and decorated them like a mermaid. The idea and execution is amazing, with the printed wedge and enough space for Bluey. The only shame is that the gaps that the plates leave. Still in this episode, and already moving on to the next bag, there's a sandcastle where, as in the series, the towers are decorated with twigs, with a small stream running through the middle and flowing into the sea, I assume. The set also includes some other accessories such as a chair, shells, a crab, a cooler that uses the elements of a trunk, and I love the chosen colors with an ice cream and a banana, and a great secret hidden in the mermaid's legs. Have you guessed it? There are also references to the shell and the jellyfish. Finally, the largest set, the 11203 Bluey's family house, which contains the entire family and is full of reference to the series. 3 characters appear in the previous set, but this is the only one to feature Bandit, the father. With the first bag we build the entrance to the house with some fences and a mailbox, and inside one of the iconic rugs, the kiwi, and some elements that we can find in the playroom of the series, references in the images of the wall, such as the unicorns, the sticky gecko, the monkey drawing, or the picture with the image of Australia, the country where the series originates. We also have a piano, Bluey's work or kitchen table with a red and white awning, where they played with their grandfather, and you could order everything through the app. Pineapple, which is a reference to the logo of the series producer, and a house-shaped play box. The glass windows with prints on both sides are a nice touch. Second bag, the parents' Bandit and Shield's bedroom. This will be above the playroom and contains the bed with pictures of the painting with the family, the lattice frame and the shutters, the bathroom with the sink and toilet, and the glass mug. Third bag, the children's bedroom with 2 beds, each with a different blanket made with tiles, with patterns related to the show. A lampshade, another reference to the series, and of course the watermelon-shaped rug. We have the wall decorations in these huge slabs and the chimney with a peculiar shape that appears in the series, not forgetting the bone as a decorative element. Oh, and there's also Shattermax in the form of a minifig head, one of Louis' favorite toys. Fourth bag, the kitchen, with a stove, a cabinet where you can store a banana and what looks like a can of beans, at least I remember an episode with that, and we have a table for 4, of course, with mugs, chairs, a cupcake, and the obviously pavlova. Fifth bag with the rest of the bathroom with the bathtub, with several images according to the series, mainly the letters forming the word Bluey. As accessories we have the tap and the rubber ducky. Finally, the throne room, a reference to the episode in which Bluey, being with her mother, play royalty, queens, and a hole in the heads will be useful to put the crown. And here is the house assembled. There's still room to build a garden with the iconic red balloon trying not to touch the ground, yippee yappy, Jeremy, one of the gnomes, and lots of references to the barbecue episode. The only thing missing is the hose. And no, that brown stuff isn't what you think. It's mud. We have Flappy, the butterfly, and the pizza box from the Pizza Girls episodes. And here are all the 4+ sets. It's something difficult to evaluate sets for this age group, as our adult eye tends to appreciate aesthetics more than playability. But it's the later area that we have to focus on since these sets are made to be played with. And in that regard, they firmly fulfill that purpose since they all allow for long hours of play. The construction style is perfectly appropriate. My 3-year-old son built them with no major issues, and now that he's starting to watch the series, he's recognized some references. In the park set, children play with the figures as if they were in the park themselves, jumping in the urban jungle or in the pelican or the slide, or even on the seesaw. The beach set may be the one with the least functions, but it has many accessories, allowing for a lot of roleplay. It has a car, and what child doesn't like cars? And yet it has practically the whole family. A family that is only complete with the purchase of the larger set with a house, the only one where the father Bandit appears. I love the fact that any of the sets can be built by several people, providing even more family moments, and I also think there is a good balance with the offer of sets. The smallest is perfect for any impulse purchase or as a gift, and if you don't have a lot of money, we have a car and almost everyone in the family with the medium set. And finally, with the house, we have everything, and our little ones have many hours of fun. I don't dislike the minifigures. I know that they have been somewhat criticized by some fans, but I believe they actually did a good job recreating the characters. There is just one detail that I dislike, although I understand why. In the series, the height differences between the parents and kids is significant, and even between Bluey and Beagle, but here the two sisters have the same height and compared to their parents, almost the same. They could have opted for smaller legs, but the fact that they cannot sit would have been a problem since it would take a lot of the playability and cause some frustration to the younger fans. So it's a justified sacrifice. By the way, did you find all the long logs? So, are there any fans of Bluey in this set in particular? Which one is your favorite? Are you going to buy any? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more reviews and speed builds in the upcoming days with 2025 novelties, or even sets that have already been retired. Thank you, LEGO and Land, for sending set for review. Opinions on them are entirely my own. See you soon, and play well.